Sustained internet connectivity with local service providers is extremely essential and critical to the education process this new academic school year, primarily as educators are utilizing the virtual learning platform as its key teaching method. Carla Palmer reports this morning that educators are expressing a level of concern and optimism about the virtual learning process.
Education officials acknowledge that twice as many students will be engaged in virtual learning this new school term since the COVID-19 pandemic began in March of this year. Before the pandemic, Education Minister, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, says 1,800 students were engaged in virtual schooling. Now, he says, it's more than doubled to 48,000 in the public school system.
It is not just the public schools. The private schools are also virtual. Almost all of them are virtual because we want to reduce the transmission of this disease.
Interruption in internet service brought on by whatever factors, including power outage, is, however, a major concern for this educator, Vice Principal at Palmdale Primary, Mrs. Antoinette Forbes.
The most pressing concern at this point is to ensure that all of our teachers and all of our students have access to the one-on-one learning platform so that once the virtual instruction would have begun, there are no glitches or hindrances to the process. And maybe the internet may not be as strong, and that may be based on the home, if a parent has a strong enough bandwidth. Okay, from our school's perspective, what we have observed, the way they would have set up the system, if the electricity goes off, we still have enough power to where the internet will last a little longer, so teachers would then be able to make whatever accommodations needed to be made.
With some 70,000 students across the country to be virtually engaged this new school year, Minister Lloyd also acknowledges consistent internet service as key to the education process.
Not only Cable Bahamas, but BTC. Yes, every single week we have a meeting and give us a status report. So for instance, BTC now has only a 1G capability. Okay, between now and the end of next week, they're going to ramp that up to 3G, which they expect will be able to accommodate all 75,000 students in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and make sure that they are able to get on without the internet dropping, without them having any problems with the reliability and so on. 100%. They've given us that assurance, and we are holding them to that.
Nevertheless, the Ministry of Education, as an overall precautionary measure, is preparing hard copies of learning packets for students. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.